Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description. And on your next $49 plus order, get 5% off with the code MEME, and $99 plus order use code MEME for 10% off. Welcome back, guys. This is THEKINGofWEEBS here, and this is What If Naruto One Solo Part 3 finale. Yes, this is the final part, and I hope you're all enjoying this What If, and this will be the last part, like I said before. Anywho, we'll get straight into it. Last time we left off with Naruto actually getting the chance to train with 2 Jinchurikis to actually get even stronger and learn new things, and yeah, so Naruto is training with Killer Bee and Yugito, and while this is happening, Naruto will only train with them for 2.5 years, just like in the original. And yeah, so one more thing I want to mention is about Gaara. Gaara will not really have many friends. He hasn't really changed much, especially since Naruto never saved him or anything, but there will be some changes, but it is what it is. Now the training begins with Naruto actually training with Yugito and Killer Bee. Since Killer Bee is actually a master with swords, not swords like little katanas, looking at things, yeah. So Naruto learns how to use the sword, and so he has one of those armed swords on his back. And with Yugito, Naruto learns a new fighting style, a bit more agile and a bit more acrobatic, shall I say. For example, something that I really liked and I want Naruto to do is something that Obito did in the fight against Kakashi. I know a lot of people can do that, but it was really freaking awesome. It was that flip that Obito did. It was in my old intro, you know, how he was fighting against Kakashi. Yeah, that was amazing. Anywho, Naruto is freaking overpowered. And not only did he do this, but Naruto actually improved in his fire style techniques, and also Killer Bee taught Naruto how to actually fight with lightning release. Remember, he can use lightning release too, and so he can actually fight with lightning release much better and go even faster, even though he already has the flying Raijin, to be honest. But still, Naruto didn't only learn this, he actually learned about the Nine Tails and how to actually fight, control it. But the thing is, Naruto is missing the key. That is something Naruto doesn't understand where to get. And just saying, this is during the last 6 months of his training. But Naruto actually decides to do some research and actually goes around the nations to actually find this key. But still, that took him 3 months, and apparently he couldn't find anything. And so Naruto decided to actually give up and just keep training in his taijutsu, ninjutsu, and also in genjutsu resistance. Since he can't become a perfect Jinchuriki, subdue the Nine Tails, he needs a strong mind, which Naruto already has. Naruto has a strong mind, but it is what it is. Now, after these 2 years, Naruto actually decides to leave the Cloud, and the Cloud were actually really happy to have Naruto, someone like Naruto in the village. But still, Naruto has to leave. He has to keep going on his journey, and so he does. Of course, Naruto has been inactive as the solo player for the past 2.5 years, and a lot of people thought that he died. A lot of people thought that he retired. A lot of people just said, nah, something must have happened, someone must have killed him. And some people, other people's that, nah, he's probably just taking a rest or something. Remember last time he took a few months break, but Naruto's out for 2 years. But still, Naruto actually goes and visits the town that he actually visited, of course saved, and the town's doing amazing, and Naruto's, well done, you won't die. And so then he leaves, and of course Naruto's like the savior. But it is what it is. Naruto then actually decides to actually go visit his old master. And just saying, this is literally a few, I'll say a month before the attack on the Sand Village, and I'm saying just a month. I know I said after his training, but Naruto left a month earlier because he really had nothing else to learn. He couldn't learn Ink Release, but because he doesn't have the 8 Tails. But before he left, Naruto, well, of course, Killer Bee and Yugito actually showed Naruto their tail beasts, and they actually really liked Naruto, and so they spotted him, and something must have happened there. Naruto didn't realize, but Yugito and Killer Bee actually decided to actually give a gift from their own tail beast chakra to Naruto, because they know that Naruto will have a hard time, especially because Naruto would have been way stronger if he actually subdued his tail beast. But of course, since he can't, they want to help out at Jinchuriki, and like, yeah, let us help out. And of course, Naruto realized that even his master Roshi did that, and so he goes and visits him, but he doesn't find. He actually doesn't find him anywhere. Naruto looked around and saw that his cottage hasn't been looked after in like around a few months, and just saying, Roshi actually, of course, left the cottage, and he's actually somewhere else. Of course, Naruto actually finds him, like a few weeks, literally 2 weeks before the attack on the Sand Village, and actually asks him what he's been doing, and basically Roshi says, just being around here and there. And the only reason Naruto found him is because Naruto actually went around quite a bit, and plus Roshi was actually nearby. He actually just switched cottage. Literally, the cottage wasn't good enough, so he actually got a new one. Anyway, now that's just for plot convenience. Naruto and Roshi actually sparred for the next 1 week. Naruto wanted to see how much he's improved, and Roshi actually congratulated Naruto and said that right now, if them two were to fight, Naruto would probably win, but it depends, because he didn't go all out. If you were to be honest, like literally, Roshi could go into his lava form, but he didn't, and he could even go into his tail beast transformation, but of course he doesn't. Anywho, Naruto then leaves and actually decides to go to the Sand Village because he wants to see if the Sand Jinchuriki, how he is doing, since he's not really friends with him, but still he wants to see how a fellow Jinchuriki is doing, because he knows that not another Jinchuriki, like you know, him must have gone through the same exact pain, because he actually, he felt a connection to Gaara, a connection that he didn't feel with many Jinchuriki that he's met, with not only 3 that he met, but still that one actually reminded him of himself a few years back before he actually left, and so he actually goes and visits him. Of course, Gaara was aware of, was actually on guard when he actually met Naruto. Naruto said that he's a fellow Jinchuriki himself, and he doesn't want to harm him, he just wants to talk. And basically Gaara's like, why do you want to talk to me? And then Naruto's like, I just want to get to know you, I want to get to know what kind of pain you went through. And basically Gaara's like, you seem suspicious, I'm going to kill you. And basically, as soon as he tries it, Naruto, of course, he tries to impale Naruto with sand. And just saying, Gaara actually still becomes the Kazakage. And the only reason that is because Gaara actually decided on his own to actually start changing. Maybe he could do something with his life, but still, he's still kind of psychopathic. He's still a psycho, pretty much. And some people are scared, some people actually love Gaara, but still, anywho. Naruto sees this coming from a mile away, and so literally just slaps the sand that was about to impale him. And just saying, the sand was coming like a freaking spear trying to annihilate Naruto. Naruto just slices through it and says, is that all you got? I'm telling you, I don't want to fight you. I came here just to visit a fellow Jinchuriki. Just what do you want from me? And Gaara replies, and basically Naruto then says, I can even help you if you want. And basically Gaara's like, huh? And Naruto then explains his own story from, of course, a distance. And Gaara's like, interesting, it's pretty much like mine. My father tried to kill me multiple times. And basically Naruto and Gaara over the next week get to know each other, and they become pretty good friends. And Naruto does tell Gaara that he can actually master his tail beast, but of course Gaara's like, I'll try, but not now, I'm kind of busy. And as soon as this happens, the sand attack actually begins, and Naruto and Gaara, who are both in the village, actually realize what's happening. So they're getting attacked, and so they go outside and they see a flying guy, literally a guy on a bird or a dragon looking thing, literally throwing down bombs and people getting hurt. And so Gaara actually decides to go and fight him, and Naruto's like, wait Gaara, wait. And literally Naruto realizes who these are, and these guys are, this guy, not these. He doesn't know there's another guy, but still, he realized that who Deidara is. He doesn't know who like his name, but he can see that he's part of the Akatsuki. And yes, Naruto has been told about the Akatsuki by a lot of people, because they have been actually making their name pretty big over these few years. And Naruto has his own organization, like literally trying to end world poverty, but still, Naruto has heard of them, and so he actually tries to stop Gaara because he's not sure. He has a bad feeling about this, and so since he can't fly, which basically Gaara can, you've seen him basically fly with his sand, but still, Naruto starts jumping on roofs, and as soon as he sees Deidara trying to attack Gaara, Naruto actually body flickers towards, well, actually throws a kunai at Deidara's explosion, and he explodes, but the kunai actually survives because Naruto engulfed it with wind release chakra, and so it wasn't destroyed and it was actually protected. But still, then Naruto actually teleports there, and Gaara realizes that both him and Naruto could actually beat this guy, and Naruto tries to Rasengan him, but Deidara was actually able to throw a bomb right at the Rasengan, and so Naruto actually got blown away, and so he teleports back to the ground where his kunai was now, and Gaara, who actually tried to attack Deidara dodged all of his attacks and literally said, alright, I'll annihilate this village. And basically Naruto's like, no. And just saying, this happened within 10 seconds, right before Naruto could actually figure out a plan. And basically Deidara actually literally dropped a bomb, which then Gaara actually protected, just like in the original, and so he got captured. Naruto couldn't really do anything because he couldn't see through the sand, and Gaara got captured while the sand was still falling. And just saying, Gaara used an immense amount of sand just to protect the village, and so he got captured and the sand was falling. That's why Naruto couldn't really see. Of course, after all the sand cleared out, Naruto saw that Deidara and Gaara were gone, and so then Kankuro came to him, and Kankuro said, I'm going to go get Gaara, and basically poisoned Naruto on the spot, literally stabbed him with some poison, which actually would knock him out for a few days. And Naruto's like, why Kankuro? And just saying, Kankuro is doing this for Naruto's own good. They're not trying to capture Naruto or anything. They saw that Naruto actually became really good friends with Gaara straight away, and so he actually poisoned him because he knows that if he's able to bring back Gaara, Gaara will be happy and that he's not harmed by them. And plus, if they're here for the Jinchurikis, since Gaara's a Jinchurikin, the only reason they would actually try to capture him is for his tail beast. He doesn't want another tail beast to be captured by the Akatsuki, because they Kankuro is thinking ahead. He said, nah, if they're actually going for the Jinchurikis, if Gaara and Naruto get captured, it's going to be a real big problem, especially because Naruto is the strongest in the... We don't know what they could do with the tail beast. And basically, he utters it to himself, just like Midoriya does. And so he's actually poisoned Naruto on the spot, and Naruto got knocked out, because Naruto wasn't expecting this. And he's like, why? And literally, once he falls to the ground, he wakes up 2 days later. And basically, of course, Kankuro got poisoned and he got brought back to the village, and of course they actually asked the Leaf village for backup. And by this time both Tsuki and Jiraiya were back in the village, and this time the letter actually came to them while Jiraiya and Tsuki were actually in the village. And so they sent a team of 4 ninjas, Jiraiya, Satsuki, not Tsuki, sorry, Satsuki, my bad, Satsuki, I'm so sorry, Satsuki and Jiraiya, Kashi and Sakura, since Sakura still became a healer. And so Naruto heard about Jiraiya and was like, alright, I'm going to go, and literally teleports away. And basically they're like, wait, what? And of course Temari, who actually was in the village before, when Naruto actually came to the village, she actually told the Leaf village, and so that is the only reason Jiraiya actually went. But still, now Naruto, who is teleporting away to find Gaara, actually arrives to Gaara's aid within a day. And just saying, this is like the last day that the Akatsuki need, and basically the eye is pretty much open, but they just need the last little bit of the tail beast chakra. And Naruto realizes that he can still feel tail beast chakra in Gaara, and so he actually blitzes Deidara, the one that actually captured Gaara, and says, you're dead. And basically, as soon as he says this, he actually and kicks Deidara, and Deidara didn't even notice he was in there because Naruto was hiding his chakra and he just teleported in. And the only reason Naruto was able to do that is literally because he's a stealth ninja and he was able to find an opening. Or actually, I say that he was actually digging through the ground and actually came in because he felt two immense amount of chakras, and plus an immense amount of chakra which was actually getting drained, and this was the tail beast chakra. But still, Naruto came out of nowhere and kicked the Deidara, and the ritual was actually disturbed. And but of course the Akatsuki were pretty happy, and they like captured the Nine Tails. And basically Sasori tried to attack Naruto, but Naruto actually destroyed Sasori's shell, and he's like, alright, you wanna die too? Be my guest. And Gar was falling to the ground, but Naruto actually made a clone to actually go catch him, but Deidara tried to attack both of them, but the clone actually teleported away somewhere outside the cave. And Naruto's like, alright, now that Gar is safe, I can't wait to not hold back on you lot. And basically, as soon as he says this, lightning starts actually flowing out of Naruto, and Naruto is actually using some kind of lightning cloak, like the Raikage, something that he's developed on his own, but still it's much different from the Raikage's lightning cloak. It's literally Naruto being extra. It's pretty much the Raikage's cloak, not really completely different. It's literally the same thing, but Naruto's using the Raikage's cloak and his own flying Raijin together, and so he's actually way faster than anyone could see, and so he actually decapitates Deidara within one slice. And then Sasori gets out all of his puppets, because he can feel that Naruto is literally a danger. I'm just saying. So Satsuki and Sakura still want to bring back their old teammate back to the village, since they believe it's their fault because they weren't strong enough to actually bring him back. And Satsuki's goal is still to bring back Naruto, since she did hear from Jiraiya that Naruto was actually in the village and everything, and plus she knew herself because of that note, and she believed it, and of course Jiraiya confirmed it. Anywho, now Naruto actually blitzed past all the puppets and destroyed them all at once, and so Sasori got kicked in the chest, and Naruto was walking towards him and basically said, "You're finished." And Sasori actually gave up and said, "Alright, finish me." And as soon as he says this, Naruto's like, "With pleasure." And then he actually creates a Rasen Shuriken. Yes, Naruto has actually created the Rasen Shuriken, and the only reason he's doing this is because Naruto himself read in the scroll that the Rasengan wasn't a complete jutsu. It was an incomplete jutsu, and you needed to add chakra transformation and chakra nature to it. And Naruto actually did this over these 2 years, something that I didn't mention because I didn't want to mention it, but still, Naruto throws it and destroys the cave. And Deidara, of course, he teleports away to his clone, and the clone actually gives Gaara to him and disappears. Naruto actually arriving at the sand village and realizing that there are 4 literally immense amount of chakras, not immense, like pretty big: Jiraiya, Kakashi, Satsuki, and Sakura. Satsuki's one is actually just on par with Jiraiya, and Kakashi's one is a bit lower than those two, but still Naruto puts on his mask and walks in and says puts on his cloak. Yes, he has his own cloak, and given by the Raikage. The Raikage is that, "Take this, kid, become strong." And then Naruto takes it, and yeah, so Naruto is pretty grateful to the Raikage, but still Naruto sees Satsuki and literally drops a tear, sheds a tear, but still. Since his mask is still the same, and Naruto completely forgot about this little factor, and Jiraiya's like, "Naruto," and basically Naruto's like, "Oh, fuck's sake," and literally gives Gaara to one of the medics, and says, "Tell Gaara I'll be back one day. I'll visit him again." And literally he's walking away. Literally, he doesn't want to teleport. He doesn't want to use any more chakra, because he knows that if they actually try to follow him, he's going to have to run as fast as possible with the large chakra. But he doesn't do it straight away, because he doesn't believe, he doesn't want to waste chakra on them, and he believes that they're not going to chase him, because Naruto has made it clear that he's not going to come back to the village, or he's not even going to talk to them. But of course, then he hears Satsuki's voice, and Satsuki, who's crying, and literally says, "Naruto, why?" And literally Naruto then decides to actually take off his mask, and literally a tear was actually still flowing through from Naruto's eye, and literally Naruto then replies by saying, "Is there really a reason for me to come back to the village? Really?" Everyone pretty much hated me. The only people who didn't hate me were the Hokage, who I'm sorry he passed away. But it was just the Hokage in your family. No one else. Really, no one else. Why should I come back? Unfortunately, your family is gone. I will find out why older brother Itachi did this. But the Hokage is gone too, and the only one remaining is you. I really don't want to go back. I'm not saying that you're not enough. You're more than enough for me, but still, I don't want to go back to that damned village. That damned village is just annoying. I don't want to go. Now, if you let me, I shall leave. And basically, then Naruto turns around and he was about to leave, but then Jiraiya's like, Naruto, please listen to me. And then Naruto says, you don't talk to me. I told you multiple times that I don't want to talk to you ever again. You're a bad godfather. Go to go to Menma, not me. If you want to see your godson, you should go to Menma, understood? And I know he left, I've heard, but I don't care. You can go to him. I don't really care about you. And literally Naruto's being pretty cold, and then Kakashi's at Naruto. You don't understand. Your parents were good people, and basically Naruto's like, do you not know? Do you not understand? I don't care who my parents were, even if it was the Hokage, even if it was my mother who was asking me after all the things that happened. I don't care. They left me with someone like him, and the Hokage pretty much did nothing. I'm not trying to hate on him or anything, but still, and him, they made a mistake by making him my godfather, or our godfather. I don't really care. I don't care about you guys. Except you, Satsuki, of course, but still, I'm gone. And literally, now he's actually going to walk out, and Jiraiya calls out to Naruto's name again once more. And basically, after this, Naruto was about to open the door and leave, but Satsuki, who actually teleported in front of him, literally, Satsuki actually used body flicker. Not the flying Raijin, but yeah. Anywho, Satsuki used body flicker. With tears in her eyes, she actually starts strangling Naruto, but then Naruto actually turns into smoke. Yes, Naruto actually has a substitution. Then Naruto actually genjutsus Satsuki in his own mind. Behind the Nine Tails, Satsuki was shook, to be honest. Of course, Naruto then says, Satsuki, I'm pretty sure I know why you're doing this, but I want to tell you that there's no need. You don't have to worry about me. Forget about me. You don't have to have me in your mind anymore. I know I've hurt you by leaving the village, and don't worry, I will never come back. This is only for yours and my good. Of course, I'll miss you. But please, don't follow me. Don't try anything to get return me to the village. Anywho, now I'm going. And just saying, Naruto hugged Satsuki while saying this. Of course, he was crying himself, but still, I'm not good at voicing over. Anywho, Satsuki, who was pretty much paralyzed in Naruto's mind, especially after seeing the Nine Tails, and of course now Naruto, who actually leaves the smoke, actually escapes from the room, and now Naruto actually of course escaped them, and Jiraiya's like, god damn it, couldn't do anything, couldn't help my godson, couldn't even train him, I did nothing at all. And of course now Naruto, who has been searching for the key to the Nine Tails cage for the next few months, but well, not months, for the next few days, actually came to a conclusion that maybe he should actually go and search for Orochi. Maybe he knows the trick to it. And of course, during this time, Asuma still dies, and here, since Satsuki never, well, Sasuke wouldn't have left, which is Satsuki right now, and Naruto left, and the Menma. Of course, Satsuki takes care of Kakuzu, and he don't gets taken care of by, of course, Shikamaru as usual. But still, now Naruto actually goes to Roshi, but couldn't find him. Then realizes that Roshi got killed. He sees that where his cottage was, there were, well, craters Some were still boiling. Of course, Naruto got pretty pissed. He said, "God damn it! They took him too. Wait, if they started with Gara, Yugito's dead." And now Naruto got pretty pissed and literally fell to his knees and started crying. Of course, Naruto was heartbroken. He couldn't do anything. Now, Naruto realized that this world isn't as easy as he thought it was. Not only did he have to go through pain, but he allowed two of his teachers, two of his senseis, to get killed, to get captured. Naruto wasn't having this. So, Naruto actually decided to do the one thing that he wanted to do, but he was too embarrassed to do himself. Because of pride, to be honest. He summons Gamabunta again. And then Naruto, with tears in his eyes, of course, Gamabunta's like, "Kid, why didn't you go with Jiraiya?" And Naruto's like, "Shut up, tell me." And basically Gamabunta actually hears Naruto out, and basically Naruto's like, "I only have one request to make from you. Tell me, how do I get stronger? I'm sure there is a way, you guys know. How do I get strong enough to beat the Akatsuki?" Because Naruto knows that if Yugito and of course Roshi, he knows that Roshi is actually stronger than him. Roshi always holds back in fighting him. Even though Naruto is strong, Roshi would have a hard time even in his lava state. Still, Roshi would have Naruto would have lost against Roshi's full transformation. Of course, Roshi actually didn't do it. I'm pretty sure he didn't, but here he does. If he did, here he doesn't. But still, Naruto says that he needs to get stronger somehow, and he knows that Gamabunta has a way. But of course, Gamabunta says, "I decline. I cannot fulfill your request. I don't want to. After all, you disrespected the one our elders believe that is going to be the teacher of the child of prophecy." And then Naruto's like, "God damn you, tell me already." And basically then Naruto, who had his head down literally because out of of course he has pride, right? And Naruto, since he literally had to give up his pride, then looks at Gamabunta, and Gamabunta sees that Naruto's crying, and then basically asks, "What happened, kid? Something must have happened." And basically Naruto then says, I don't have many people in this world, and two of these people that I actually enjoyed spending time with and taught me manners, taught me etiquettes, and taught me how to be a true ninja. They died, and I want you to tell me how I can get stronger to avenge them. Tell me, Gamabunta, tell me now, or I'm telling you, you won't go back to your wherever you live in peace, in one full peace." And basically Gamabunta's like, "Kid, you don't have to get so vexed. I can see why you want this, but I have one condition. You have to train with Jiraiya himself." And Naruto's like, "What? Why?" And basically Gamabunta's like, "Jiraiya will be the best teacher to teach you how to become stronger. The technique that I'm going to tell you about, he hasn't fully mastered it, but he has some sort of experience with it. And I don't think there's anyone else that could actually teach you this other than Jiraiya." Then Naruto's like, "Go on, tell me what this technique is." And basically then Gamabunta's like, "Sage mode. Jiraiya boy is going to teach you Sage mode. Now, come with me. We shall call upon Jiraiya soon." And basically Naruto's like, "What?" And basically Gamabunta literally he picks up Naruto with one hand. Is it a hand? Allow it. I can't be asked searching up. Anyway, then they disappear. Naruto actually looks around and he's in Mount Miyaboku. Of course, Naruto's confused, but Gamabunta tells him to follow him. He follows him to Lord Fukasaku, and Lord Fukasaku, of course, knows about Naruto, knows a bit more than Gamabunta. And basically Jiraiya has told Lord Fukasaku about Naruto being the child of prophecy, but he doesn't know how to actually get him to the good side. Well, of course Naruto had bright ideals that literally they weren't bad, but of course Jiraiya needed him to actually understand that he needs to save this world. This world is in danger. This world is going to get annihilated pretty much. But still Naruto wouldn't have it. He wasn't having it. Of course, now Lord Fukusaku tells Naruto that he's the child of prophecy, and they have the key to the Naruto's cage. And Naruto's eyes widen as he was searching for the key for near enough 4 months now. And basically Naruto's like, God damn it. So you guys had the key all this time. Here's what it is. Now, bring me my godfather. And basically Naruto started acknowledging what's his name, Jiraiya, because before he actually got summoned, or he actually got told, he received the message that he needs to come to Mount Myoboku ASAP. Lord Fukusaku actually decided to tell him about Jiraiya's past, and Naruto understood Jiraiya a bit better, and understood that Jiraiya wasn't doing this because he was a bad godfather, but it was actually to protect Naruto and Menma and the whole entire village. Jiraiya had his spy network actually protecting the village pretty much, because he was spying on pretty much everything and anything that was actually a harm to the village. For example, something that was a harm to Naruto was the Akatsuki. Jiraiya has been doing research on the Akatsuki for years now, and now Jiraiya doesn't understand how to counter them. I know Tsuki's strong, but he knows Tsuki's strong, but Tsuki has other ideals. She's not there to destroy the Akatsuki. If she has to, she will, but Jiraiya believes she's strong enough. But of course, there are some things that Naruto has to do himself. Of course, being the Naruto's Jinchuriki, he has to be protected by Jiraiya himself, because everyone believes that Jiraiya is pretty much the strongest in the Leaf Village right now. Of course, it's not true. Satsuki is right now, but still, Naruto then says, "Alright, I understand." But in his heart, of course, he says it apathetically, but in his heart, he feels sorry. He feels sorry for treating Jiraiya like he did, and he wanted to apologize. Of course, Naruto really had to give up his pride for this, and the pride of being the solo player. But it doesn't mean he's going back to the village. That doesn't mean that he's going to go back to the village. He's only going to train with Jiraiya and have a good bond with him, of course. Then, Jiraiya actually appears and sees Naruto and basically says, "Naruto, I'm so..." And as soon as he says this, Naruto just hugs him and says, I was being an idiot. I'm sorry. Don't feel sorry about not being a good godfather. I couldn't have a better godfather than anyone other than you. And of course, by this time, Orochimaru got killed by Menma, because Menma is power hungry. Not only does he have wood release by now, but he even stole a Sharingan, literally a Sharingan from Orochimaru. Yes, Orochimaru had the Sharingan. I mean, if he had a freaking tentacle of the bloody Eight Tails, I'm pretty sure he freaking has a Sharingan. Like, my guy, you can't chat, bro. My guy had Hashirama souls. Man had a tentacle of the Eight Tails. Man made a Hashirama's soul freaking Sharingan arm. Like, you can't chat to me and say he doesn't have a Sharingan stored somewhere in this fucking basement. But it is what it is. Anywho, he can use the Sharingan, but it's mostly there to increase his chakra reserves and also increase his chakra control. But of course, now Menma is just going out there killing people just to get stronger, and it is what it is. Now Satsuki actually went off on her own mission to actually find out why Itachi killed the clan, and the only reason she's doing this is because Itachi challenged himself, just like in the original, how he told Sasuke to come to him and fight him. Of course, that still happens just like in the original, and she will awaken the Monkey Sharingan there. But it is what it is. Now Naruto, who is actually training with Jiraiya for a full week, and during this week Satsuki was able to actually find out why her brother did all of that, and she actually had a new goal, another new goal, to actually kill Danzo. Of course, during this time, the Leaf Village still gets attacked, because no one really knows where Naruto, the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails is. Like, even Obito and Zetsu thought that he was in the Leaf Village. That's how hidden he was, and it is what it is. The Leaf Village gets attacked, and basically Jiraiya actually convinces Naruto, and just saying, Jiraiya mastered the Sage Mode with Naruto as well, and he convinces Naruto to actually return to the village just this once to make Satsuki happy, and Naruto doesn't mind this because he has a good bond with Jiraiya now. Of course, since Jiraiya never actually went in that Intel Recon thing for pain, of course Pain would just come to the Leaf Village, since all the tail beasts have pretty much been captured, and Satsuki right now is still fighting on Itachi. Yes, that was a bit of time skip how I said that she awakens the Monkey Sharingan afterwards. Yes, that's what I meant. But still, during this time, Naruto and Jiraiya actually return to the village, and Naruto is talking to Jiraiya, but then realizes that something's wrong with the village, and he can't really feel too many chakras. He can't feel Kakashi's. Well, of course he knows who Kakashi is, and he knows that Kakashi is actually one of the strongest in the Leaf Village, and he says, wait, I can't feel Kakashi's chakra, what the hell? And basically Jiraiya's like, yeah, I can't either, there's something wrong, Naruto, there's something real wrong. And basically Naruto's like, yeah, what's going on? And basically, of course, Naruto then, well, of course, once the smoke clears, Naruto realizes that if the village is gone, but Jiraiya's the more pissed one out of them, and basically Jiraiya's the one to destroy the Naraka Path in front of Tsunade and save her, and Naruto just comes out of nowhere, actually behind Jiraiya. And just saying, the stronger out of the two is actually right now Naruto, and that is mostly because of his hacks. And Naruto has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, especially, you know, chakras from the tail beast. He only has like the 4 of them basically, including Kurama, but still Naruto now has the key to the cage of the Nine Tails, and he wants to fight it, but of course right now he cannot. But his way is now Naruto and Jiraiya will actually have to fight the, you know, Pain, not the Pain, and of course that doesn't go too well. Jiraiya gets annihilated because he was enraged and he went in blind. Of course Naruto couldn't really help because Jiraiya went too fast for Naruto to even notice. Jiraiya got a rage boost, but still he got put to the ground, and this is what triggered Naruto. Literally Jiraiya being killed. Yes, Jiraiya got killed, and this triggered Naruto to an extent that he had to let loose, and literally the Nine Tails took over and said, yes. And literally Naruto is attacking basically, you know, Pain, and he destroyed all the other paths except for the Diva path, which is the strongest path. And literally the Diva path was actually strong enough to put him in a of course planetary devastation. What was that? Anywho, you know what I mean. And basically Naruto was about to let loose, and literally fully loose, and let the Nine Tails out, but of course Minato stopped it as usual, and basically Naruto met his father for the first time and literally punched him, and this time he actually gave a more emotional speech to, you know, Minato, and Minato said, I'm really sorry, Naruto, I didn't want you to go through that pain, it's all my fault. And literally Naruto said, it's fine, I know you're a great man now, and guess what, you were my favorite engraving on the you know, stone faces. And basically Naruto is literally stuttering since he's happy but sad at the same time. And Minato tells him about the masked man, and yeah, Naruto understands what to do. And so then out of nowhere the Nine Tails is gone, and Pain's that what, and then a kunai comes flying towards him, but of course Pain saw this from a mile away and just slapped her away. But then out of nowhere Naruto actually teleported to it, and just say Naruto never even used any of his techniques on Pain yet, because he went straight up tail beast mode straight away. But of course now he saw that Naruto teleported, and Naruto had the Rasen Shuriken with actual ice release on it. Yes, Naruto is showing that he's actually using the Haku's, well, of course, what he learned from Haku, and literally threw the Rasen Shuriken, and the Rasen Shuriken literally froze Pain, and, well, didn't freeze him, kind of annihilated him, but at the same time froze him, and Pain's body wasn't destroyed because Naruto didn't actually make it, well, the ice Rasen Shuriken actually just freezes the opponent, it doesn't do an explosion, but it is what it is. And yeah, so after this, now Naruto actually goes and finds Nagato, and that thing goes the same. And then of course Obito annihilates you know, Conan. And yeah, now that that's happened, Naruto now actually of course after he comes back to the village, he realizes that maybe he should protect the village like his father did, and he's really happy. And he actually realizes maybe his brother just went the wrong path, that's why, and he's trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, to be honest now. And Naruto's changed to an extent that it's completely different. And of course when Killer Bee was actually captured, and here Killer Bee wasn't really captured, of course, it wasn't, of course Killer Bee actually escaped just like usual, and is what it is. Now Naruto, who actually yeah, so Naruto, who actually of course went to the five Kage meeting, especially because it was about Satsuki, and of course Naruto went with Danzo, and because he felt something malicious from Danzo, and is what it is, Naruto went with them, and yeah, of course Satsuki attacked, but of course the Raikage went, but Naruto went at the same time. Of course the Raikage lost an arm, and still Sasuke actually killed, well, Satsuki killed Danzo just like usual, and is what it is. Now, the Naruto, you know how Satsuki was going blind. Satsuki was taken away, and Naruto said, "God damn you!" And literally, of course, he was getting pretty pissed, and of course, the war actually began. Of course, here, here, the war actually kind of goes similar until, you know, the Itachi thing. Satsuki finally finds out why. Well, of course, Itachi told her from the beginning, but still, of course, she wanted to kill Danzo just because he deserved it. But it is what it is now. She got the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and of course, she helped Itachi destroy Kabuto, and you know, Madara destroys the five Kage, and of course, Killer Bee and Naruto actually helped. Well, of course, Naruto actually became a perfect Jinchuriki with the Tail Beast, especially because the Nine Tails was actually proud of Naruto for being so strong, and that's why Naruto actually had KCM2 from the very beginning. And fighting the other Tail Beast was really easy for Naruto, and of course, he got chakra from the other remaining Jinchuriki, and it is what it is. Of course, the war actually continues as per normal until, of course, the four Kage arrive, and here even you know, Jiraiya's here too, so he was helping quite a lot in the war, especially Jiraiya, because he hasn't mastered Sage Mode. He actually put up a fight, but of course the Jiraiya was out of chakra, and then Satsuki arrived, and Naruto and Satsuki held hands and literally went into their you know, Susanoo Chroma form, and of course it was against the you know Jinchuriki, well, Jubito, and yeah, now that Jubito lost the tail beasts, of course Madara takes all of them, and Naruto still dies as per normal, and he kills Satsuki because Satsuki tried to kill Madara right there and then, saying, "You damned idiot, you messed up," and basically she got killed, and of course no, she didn't really get killed, and someone who arrived out of nowhere was Menma. Menma says, huh, "You guys think you can do all of this? Look at me," and literally Menma went off and did his you know, wood release to actually bind the Madara, and literally, since he has a Sharingan, he kind of annihilated Madara according to him, but then Madara turns into wood, and he's like, "What?" and literally gets slashed on the back, and Madara steps on his head and says, "You're too weak, you're even weaker than the other two." And basically, you know, Menma didn't even know about, you know, Naruto and Satsuki being this strong. He knew that Satsuki was able to kill Danzo, but he could have killed him himself as well. And of course, Menma has the Flying Raijin. He tries to Flying Raijin behind him because he left a kunai, of course, because he's pretty smart, remember. But of course, Madara then just goes off and literally slaps him away with his Susanoo, and Sakura, who's still there, and she still loves Menma, of course. She actually put down Naruto and Menma. She was still trying to you know, revive Naruto, but still it wasn't working. And then of course Naruto woke up, and then Menma was getting healed by Sakura, and Naruto and Satsuki came together, and Naruto, who actually got a mad power boost, not only did he get all the Tail Beast's power, and of course getting the 6-pack Sage Mode, but Naruto actually got a bit of power in his eyes, and he actually awakened the the Rinnegan, and that is because the Sage of Success actually gave a bit more to Naruto, because he believes that Naruto deserved it after all the pain he went through, and now look at him actually protecting everyone and himself, of course. And so the Sage of Success was like, "You did great, Naruto. You went the right way, even if your life was completely you know, sad, and you know, of course, everything that happened in Naruto's life." Anyway, now the fight against Madara actually went on for a bit longer here, especially because Satsuki and Naruto, even together, they weren't able to fully destroy Madara, but it is what it is. And now Satsuki and Naruto actually were starting to win against Madara, but then, you know, Obito, well, I mean, sorry, you know, well, you know, Obito actually, since he's still alive, gave an eye to one of the Sharingans to Kakashi. Sorry, I just lost my flow there. He gave a Sharingan to Kakashi and then went off on his own. With Kakashi, I meant, and they both used the, you know, and they both together actually used the Susanoo, especially because Kaguya was getting revived, and then Satsuki actually destroying the Susanoo, takes them in with Naruto and basically protects them, and Sakura's not here this time, and Naruto in the Susanoo actually you know, regenerates the two eyes of you know, Obito, and then Obito gives the other one, and then Naruto you know, regenerates it, and then Naruto actually decides to put both hands, on both of them, and literally give them a bit of his Sage of Six Paths powers, and they actually awakened one Rinnegan each. And the only reason I'm doing this is because they need to be OP, because I love the two characters. Sorry guys, but anyways, the fight against Kaguya went a lot different since Satsuki never got warped away, because Naruto was always protecting her with his steam release, especially because you know, Naruto was actually giving out a ton of chakra to everyone, so they didn't run out of chakra. And every time when you know, Kaguya tried to warp Satsuki away, Naruto would save her every time, but then actually Naruto and Satsuki had enough, and they both went all out, and Satsuki used her Rinnegan abilities to go and literally teleport her Susanoo behind you know, Kaguya, and Naruto using his you know, nature release double shuriken to annihilate Kaguya. Together they actually were able to destroy most of Kaguya's body, and then basically Naruto was actually way stronger here. And the only reason I'm doing this is that because Naruto deserves it, and basically Naruto and Satsuki actually come together, and they both use the two powers, and together they actually kill Kaguya here. I know she's meant to be sealed away, but they actually decided to get rid of her because they don't want anything else to happen during, in this world. And since they have the right motives here, they actually decided to kill her together. And the only reason this happened is because Kaguya wasn't expecting such a strong move to actually hit her like that, and Kaguya's defenses were low right there, and so Naruto and both Satsuki got a karma seal. And the only reason I'm doing this is because this might be a series that might go into Boruto, but of course I'm going to wait for Boruto to go a bit further, even the manga to go a bit further, because we need to know a bit more about the karma seal. Anywho, I hope you'll enjoy it here. Also, Menma actually got sent to prison, and I'm going to continue his story later on when I continue this series into Boruto. Yes, I will continue this series into Boruto soon, not soon, a bit later, probably in 2-3 months, especially because we need to wait for more information about the karma seal. I know we got a lot, and I need to kind of understand it a bit further, because I don't really understand it fully. But it is what it is. Now the Sages Facts congratulates them, and of course over time they get closer to each other, and they never really leave. Naruto doesn't become Hokage here, and they're just saying they get married, and the Hokage of course is Kakashi, but then Kakashi actually gives his spot to Obito, so Obito actually becomes the Hokage, and Kakashi becomes the Shadow Hokage, and so that was pretty much it. And Naruto, who actually didn't want to become Hokage here, Satsuki becomes Hokage. Yes, Satsuki is the second ever female Hokage, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weaves there, and I know this was less than an hour, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. This was King of Weebs here, and subscribe to the King of Fools, my second channel, my gaming channel, and I will be uploading a bit more there. And I'm trying to get monetized there, to be honest, especially because I want to invest in the games and make my gameplay better, and of course make it more fun for you guys, especially because I'm going to be uploading a lot of Dragon Ball Legends, and Dragon Ball Legends right now is kind of going mad, especially with the new Goku Black, but I don't have the money to actually get him, and I want to kind of get monetized. So if I can get a bit of money from there, I can actually improve everything on the gaming channel, and I really want to do this for you guys. But it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. Subscribe to Kazama, Miniman123, and Ratreet, and also follow Shokin on Instagram, the guy that actually made my friend who actually gave me the new gaming channel, and it's called the King of Fools. Thank you so much, Shokiro, and also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and join the Discord server. And the link is all the links are in the description below. And also, don't forget to use code meme for 5% off on your next $49 plus order on Beautiful Halo, and code meme again if your order is $99 plus, you can get 10% off. And anywho, this was the King of Weebs here. My ducklings, you're dismissed, and peace.